What's up guys, Rod here with Dyna Demos. Me and Lego have been seeing a lot of people on Instagram with their T-Sport fairings mounted a certain way and their headlights looking like this or like this, and finally like this. If your light looks like that inside your fairing, then you might want to watch our video. What's up guys, welcome to Dyna Demos. I'm Rod.
I'm Lego.
And today we're going to be putting the Krator fairing off Amazon on Lego's 2016 Dyna Lowrider S. The reason we're doing this is because we've read the reviews on Amazon, a lot of good reviews, a lot of guys are doing this to their bike, but we're making the video because there's not a lot of good instructions or good videos out there that show you how to do it. So we're going to make this video to help alleviate if you're going to run the Krator fairing.
Yeah, so hopefully our video helps you out, and we will be making a follow-up video riding with the Krator fairing on and reviewing it. So stay tuned and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.
All right guys, so we opened the box to the Krator fairing. We got the windshield. All right, comes with the pre-drilled holes in it. Got some brackets, a bag of hardware, some bolts, some nuts, and then here's the fairing. All right, comes with a bracket attached to it. So there's the fairing. Oh yeah, it also came with this keychain, cool Krator keychain. One other thing, we want to show you guys, dudes at Gorilla Cables sent us out a box of goodies. We haven't even opened it yet. I got this I think like 2 or 3 days ago, so we'll see what's up. All right, Gorilla Cables said, thanks for the shout out in the video. You guys are doing great work, much appreciated, and many thanks from Jose and the Gorilla Cables team.
Oh, there we go, Jose.
So got some koozies. All right, looks like we got some
the D-pin tools.
Yeah, some D-pin tools, awesome.
Yeah, check that out.
Got a couple t-shirts in there. Oh hell yeah, some more tools. Yeah, wire cutters. Like I said, koozies. 2 sets, some stickers. So thanks to the guys at Gorilla Cables. Really appreciate it. You know, it was an honor to shoot a video using your products, so thank you.
All right guys, so we've installed the brackets. If you look here at the bottom bracket, your tab is going to be facing the front of the bike, and that's the way it should be, on bottom facing the front of the bike. You install it, you got your Allen key bolt here, and then you got your nuts, and there was no instructions on how to do that. Now your upper bracket, the tabs are going to face the rear of the bike, and we had to move the bracket from these holes right here. If you look, my finger's poking through. The bracket was originally going through there, so we moved it to the bracket up here, and like I said, the tabs were facing, or the tabs are going to face the rear of the bike.
All right, so what we are going to do now is we're going to take the light block off Lego's light bar. All right, in order to do that, we had to wedge a 15mm under here to hold the bolt and brake torque with a 14 up here. What we did also is make sure you guys put something down over your fender just in case. All right guys, so we broke torque on the handlebar bolts. The easiest way to do that is either lock your fork or have someone hold your handlebars in position. So what we're gonna do, it's gonna be really hard to see with the lighting. I'm just gonna lift up the handlebars. All right guys, so we got our brackets like Lego said. What we're gonna do, we're gonna put the camera down for this because we're gonna need two people to do it. We're gonna pick up the headlight, that we already took off. We took off the headlight block. I'm gonna thread the headlight through here, all right? And then we're going to lift up the handlebars and slide the bracket, like Lego was saying, through the bottom of the handlebars, in between the handlebars and the bushing. So it's gonna slide on, and then we're gonna get it on, then we're gonna show you guys what it looks like.
All right, guys, so you've seen us install the fairing. We couldn't really show a close-up of it just because we wouldn't have great lighting, and we needed both of us to be able to install it. So what we did, if you come around here, the top bracket, if you can see in there, it's in between the upper triple tree and the forks, okay? Right there, rod's pointing to it. So if you come around again, the lower bracket, all right, you see there's a huge gap right here, and your headlight block is going to be mounted to the lower triple tree, and then you're going to have this huge space left over. So what we had to do is we had to go and get a way longer bolt that's going to go from the bottom of the triple tree all the way to the top here. So we grabbed a 4-inch 3/8 bolt, and we also grabbed a 4.5-inch bolt because we didn't know what size. We also had to grab spacers to take up this gap. So we'll let you guys know after we install it what spacer we went with, and yeah, that's it.
All right, guys, so like we said earlier, we were gonna have a big gap in between the headlight block and the fairing because of this bracket. So what we had to do, we had to go get a longer bolt. We grabbed a 4.5-inch bolt. All right, don't worry about this bracket. This is to the LED light bar. Some of you may not have that. And then we grabbed two 1-inch spacers. This bottom one we cut a 1/4 inch off of. So we got 3/4 inch spacer, 1-inch spacer, 4-inch bolt, and then the headlight block in between the spacers. Some of you might not have to set it up this way because you might have a different headlight block, a thicker one. We used the Villain to Hero one that came with the other fairing, and you can see it's kind of shaved right here to go on the triple tree, so we had to use these spacers. All right, guys, so before we tighten down the handlebars, we needed to make sure that the headlight was where we wanted it. We didn't want it sticking out too much. The way you fix that, or the way we fixed it, was we slid out this bracket just a little bit underneath the handlebars, and then we got to where we wanted it, and then we tightened it down. So now we got our headlight where we want it, and we're gonna put the nut on and tighten that down. All right, guys, so now we're gonna center the headlight block in the fairing, and then we're gonna tighten everything up. All right, guys, so we got that bolt tight. Now we're gonna push the headlight in, get it to where we want it, and tighten the bolt that connects the block to the headlight.
All right, guys, so now we're getting ready to install the windscreen. So first thing we did was the kit came with grommets. So you put the grommets in the bottom holes, and then up here you have 2 more mounting holes. So we'll get to those in a second, but we installed the grommets, and now we're getting ready to install the windscreen. All right, guys, like we said, now we're gonna install the windscreen. So you take your bolt right here, you got the black washer on it. You're gonna put it up to the fairing. Gonna put it through. Gonna put it through, and then you're gonna put the washer on and the nut on the backside. All right, guys, so now that we got the bottom mounts tightened down, what we're gonna do now is do the upper mounts. So in order to do that, you take your short screw right here, and you're gonna take this plastic piece, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the screw through the front side, and then I'm gonna thread it into the back side. All right, guys, so now that we got this plastic piece on the back of the upper mount, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna finish installing the brackets to connect it from here to here. And we won't be able to show you it just because this is such a tight space, but we'll show you what it looks like after we install it. Okay, so this is what we were talking about. This is a really tight space to get into. So right here, you got this bracket connected with this screw, and then this screw to the plastic piece. So what I plan on doing is getting a longer screw for the bottom, and then adding a spacer on the inside of this, because if you look at this bracket, it's kind of cocked to the side. So what I want to do is in the future get a longer screw, add another spacer to straighten this bracket out, and then I'm going to get a longer screw on top. But this is the hardware that it came with, and this is how we think it is installed. So yeah, that's it. And as far as it goes, we got the fairing, we got everything tightened down, and now we'll wrap it up. All right, what's up guys? So right now we're gonna go over how to install the Krator fairing with the JD Customs headlight block. All right, so the top bracket is gonna go to the bottom side of the upper triple tree. Now, what that's going to do is it's gonna actually move your entire fairing. Once you move it from the top to the bottom side, your fairing is gonna move down about an inch. Now, the reason that doesn't work with the Villain 2 Hero headlight block or the Memphis Shades headlight block is because the Memphis Shades headlight block and the Villain 2 Hero ones, they're both mounted to the top side of the lower triple tree. So when you use the JD Customs headlight block, it's actually mounted to the bottom side of the lower triple tree. And what that does is it moves your entire headlight down so it actually mounts inside your fairing correctly. Now, if you try to do that with the Memphis Shades one or the Villain 2 Hero one, what's gonna happen is your headlight block, your headlight is gonna actually be way too high inside your fairing, because right now my fairing's mounted to the top side, so it's actually about an inch higher than it would be if it was on the bottom side of that upper triple tree. But if you look at my headlight, it's sitting in there nice because we use the spacer and everything. But like I said, JD Customs headlight block, you're gonna mount it to the bottom side. What that's gonna do is this lower bracket is gonna sit flush against there, and then it's gonna sit in that fairing correctly. All right guys, so if you're gonna use the Memphis Shades headlight block, the Memphis Shades headlight block is different than the Villain 2 Hero and different than the JD Customs headlight block in the way that it doesn't have a hole that goes all the way through it. It's actually threaded. So when you're using the Memphis Shades headlight block, you're not gonna use this right here, but you're also gonna end up having to drill a hole through the actual headlight block all the way. And then you're still gonna utilize this spacer up here with the bracket, because that's the only way you're gonna get it to mount. Because if you try moving that top bracket to the bottom side, what's gonna end up happening is the headlight is gonna sit way too far out, because your headlight's still gonna be really high if you try to mount the Memphis Shades headlight block the same way, and your fairing is gonna sit way lower. So it's gonna be sitting out about an inch or two, and it's just gonna look incorrect. So like we said, going over it again, you gotta make sure you drill a hole through it if you're gonna mount it this way.
All right guys, that's gonna do it for the Krator fairing install. We had a hell of a time putting this on, just like we see in all the videos. Hopefully this install video helped you guys out a little more than the ones that are on there. Most of the ones we've seen on there have been shot with cell phones, but hopefully this helps you guys out. So thanks for watching the video. I'm Rod.
I'm Lego, and I just wanted to give a shout out to Gorilla Cables again for sending us that goodies. That was awesome, and make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and hopefully this video helped you out. Thank you.